Hi, my name is Emily Madill, and I'm here today to talk to you a little bit about the topic of happiness and my program called Fall in Love with Your Life 1 Week at a Time. I've been writing about the topic of happiness and empowerment for over a decade now. I've written 11 books, both for children and adults, and I'm thankful to have had a lot of my work featured on the Huffington Post, on Oprah's Empower Yourself section of the Huffington Post, as well as ThriveGlobal.com. I'm honored to be Thrive Global's editor-at-large, and I guess you can say I'm pretty passionate about the topic of happiness, and more so about how we go about creating lasting habits around having a happier mindset in our day-to-day life, and in how we build that resiliency to support us to move through our obstacles without losing ourselves or our love of life in the process. I've been drawn to learning about happiness for a long time. I took psychology in university, and I've taken countless personal development programs, all on my own quest to find happiness within myself. And I think the saying is true where we teach what we most need to learn, and it's certainly been true in my case. I have definitely led stretches of my life where I have searched outside of myself to find happiness, whether that's been in relationships or in wanting to be accepted and liked by others around me, whether that's been in my business, trying to prove my worth through my work, in all sorts of scenarios. I've searched outside, whether that's been striving or, I kind of have the perfectionism and the people-pleasing tendencies down packed, and I understand what that looks like. And anytime we are searching outside of ourselves for our sense of worth or our sense of happiness, we will always come up short if we're not giving ourselves that gift first. And, happiness really does come from inside of ourselves, and it can be hard to kind of detect that, because I think everybody has a picture from the outside looking in. It's a different picture than what is really painted within ourselves, and that's certainly true in my case. From the outside looking in, I have everything and more to be grateful and happy about, and I am. I have an amazing husband and 2 happy, healthy children. I have health myself. I live in a beautiful home in the most amazing part of the world here on Vancouver Island, Canada. I have a wonderful family and supportive group of friends. I get to do work that I love. And, on and on the list goes. And while I try not to take things for granted in my life, what I do know is that our personal happiness doesn't come from what's happening around us externally. It has everything to do with how we care about and manage our inner world. And, this took me a long time to learn, and it's still something that I practice and start my day with each day. And that brings me to my program, Fall in Love with Your Life 1 Week at a Time. I found myself in 2014 just really wanting to work on the relationship that I have with myself and to create new habits in my life that would support me to feel good in my life, no matter what's going on before me, to just feel good about who I am. And so I wrote what was called a weekly confidence booster every week, and I had committed to doing that to my mailing list and for myself for a year. And it was the best gift that I could have given myself, because through the regular practice of having a focus, a weekly focus of committing to taking on one new habit, and also spending some time self-reflecting and building my self-awareness, I sort of woke up to my own life and understood what it means to be 100% accountable for your own happiness, where we're not searching outside of ourselves for our happiness, and we're also not placing blame on others for our unhappiness. So really caring about how I felt and understanding that when I put myself in the driver's seat of my own life, how I can really, I can't create what's happening around me, but I can really shape and create my perception of life, and to shape it in a way that feels really good. So that felt really important to me, and over the duration of the year, I really gave myself that gift of creating some new habits and practices that really were able to solidify after having done it with such regularity for the 52-week duration. And after that year, I spent the next year and a half publishing this book called Fall in Love with Your Life 1 Week at a Time. That is also now the curriculum in my e-course program called Fall in Love with Your Life 1 Week at a Time. And it's a journal style book where every week you have the opportunity to I just offer simple strategies like breathing, getting outside of your comfort zone, smiling. There's a different topic each week that you implement into your week, and then there's an opportunity to do some self-reflecting and building your self-awareness and strengthening that relationship that you have with yourself. And so it's a journal style book. And during that year and a half, I also decided that I wanted to give back to others and to be able to work with others on a one-to-one basis. So I went to Erickson International College, and for the next year and a half, I learned the art and science of coaching and being able to hold space for people and really support them in their own quest to create their definition of success and happiness. And I became accredited through the International Coaching Federation. And so, when I was finished with that, I wanted to create a platform where I could work with people one-on-one and also offer people the opportunity to have this as their curriculum, the Fall in Love with Your Life material, and have a space where they have the focus is kind of written out for them. It's not so much about what the material is, it's the process of creating new habits and getting that opportunity to spend some time just reflecting and strengthening that relationship that you have with yourself and creating some clarity and listening to your own inner wisdom. I think that's something that a lot of us don't give ourselves the opportunity to do very much. We're often quick to search outside of ourselves for the answers before we venture inward and really trust in our own inner wise guide. And so that's really what this book and my program is all about. Inside of the program, in the e-course, of course there is the curriculum in the book. I also have a weekly video that I give, just a casual conversation from my house to yours, just some added inspiration. And I also include a list of what I call beacons of light, extra resources that I found really helpful around my journey, and they're all themed around the weekly focus. And then there's also the opportunity to connect to our closed community as well. And along with my coaching program, the yearly version, there's an added opportunity to have some one-to-one coaching with me as well, to support you through that process and just to be your partner in creating your own happiness practice in a way that you can create some lasting habits in your life, so that it's not a quick fix, so that you are building your own toolbox and seeing yourself as really resourceful and as using your own wisdom as a guide rather than looking outside of ourselves. Because when we search outside of ourselves, or we're always striving and delaying our happiness, it's just a constant moving target. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to delay my happiness until some later date or till the end of my life. I know how precious life is, and anytime I can give that reminder to myself or share that out with others to really seize the day and just take the initiative to care about how you feel and to put some practices in place that really ensure that you are having the best journey that you possibly can here while you get to be here. So that's really what my program's all about. If you visit my landing page of my e-course, which I'll include in the link below, you can learn a little bit more about the e-course. The next one will be starting January the 6th, and I invite you just to come and have a look and see if it might be a right fit for you. I'd absolutely love to partner with you in this process. So thank you so much for taking your time to listen, and I hope you have an amazing day. Thank you.